Greetings, everyone. Please give a moment to make sure everything is set up. Okay, YouTube thumbnails up to date. Twitter is going. Dick is going. Twitch appears to be going. Looks like Rumble's going. Please give a moment to check my other computer. Looks like Rumble, I can't see the stream of the computer. This is live streaming. It should be running fine. Hopefully. Either way, let's go and get started. Starting from the top, of course. Greetings, everyone, and Great here for another HBars 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Blue Dutch. We have Yook 3 with 3 lines. I have no idea how else to pronounce that. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Red Mexicans. We have Gideon AI. And let's talk about the natives on the map. Oh wait, there are none. You got a circle trade route of a single guy while walking in a circle. That pretty much sums up this map here. Let's take a look and see what we have their explorer's name. This skin looks a little bit gold. Is that a parrot on top of his head? That appears to be a parrot or some sort of bird on top of his head. Got Leonardo Magallanes, which probably is a random generated name. Not super sure. I'm not sure the Padres at the moment. And for the Dutch, Henry Hartog. That could be a random generated name, but maybe not. Either way, this has been an early eco phase. Let's go and just fast. Let's see, any deck selected? We do have a deck selected here. For the Mexicans, we go across a single Hacienda wagon, Hacienda and 2 settlers, Cathedral wood coin, native treaties, 20 sheeple, cavalry combat, Calabrios. Lancers do increased damage to infantry, can strike from additional range. Let's see, gets a +1, adds 1 hand attack, melee bonus versus infantry. So it just makes them 100% more effective against infantry, looks like. Colonial Estales Townsend provides 70 population, as well as command posts, and Liberation March. All infantry and cavalry moves faster and train faster. Sonomographical Fair ships 3 semi-fattened cows, 3 more for each 5 minutes of elapse. So probably a good late game card. Pedestrian Lancer. Chicos inflict more damage and gain a powerful charge attack. So that sounds like an outlaw thing. Enables Hacienda to spawn Chinkos. Chinganicos. Why do I even try pronouncing a lot of names? Infinite Falconets, pair of heavy cannons, Chinko, Chimayo, Gazin, everybody else. That native strength tips it faster and ships 50% faster, and you get a large shipment. Factory wagon, and Hacienda and some semi-fatted cows for your team. It also increase the build limit of Haciendas, and upgrade saloons to cantinas. For the Dutch, we do have Villagers, Town Watch, Wood Coin, Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Hussars, Bank Wagon, Religious Freedom, Irish Brigadiers, Wood Coin, Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routiers, Cavalry Combat, Fire Bosniks, 6 Bosniks, 17 Routiers, 2 Heavy Cannon, Tulip Speculation, Factory. Dutch tend to go for an eco play with the banks. And he is going for the quartermaster. His opponent is eyeing for the Tlaxcala, and now delivering a second Hacienda wagon. He already has one Hacienda wagon in the field. Being worked by a cow who's providing quite a bit of coin, or not really quite a bit of coin. The base collection rate of a villager, you can see here, is 0.6 out of mines, so the cow is providing 1/6, or close, maybe close to 1/5. 6 between 5th. I guess 2. Actually, I'm going to be doing this math. 2/13. Either way, the Tlaxcala give you access to settlers, and each new hacienda and existing hacienda will spawn 2 villagers as well, which can give you quite a bit of villagers. And Tlaxcala Alliance ships 1 native embassy, Travis, and naval selection. Revolt.
What is your command?
And he has gone for Baja California. I believe that's the flag it. Got some frontier outpost wagons, saloon going on up, and now the filibusters advancing forward.
Hola. Yes.
Guns down the local kitty cats. New monster, which does give a bit of EXP to work with at this point in time. EXP is very useful. Filibusters apparently can collect up some treasures, but he's currently not doing that. He's gunning down Blues Explorer, who will spot the army on his doorsteps. He may not be British or being attacking, but something is just as dangerous at the moment. They are in red. That was got that treasure there, and this treasure being collected up. 100 food's quite good. And looks like all these frontier wagons do turn into trading posts. So now has triple trading posts. So it's actually pretty close. Well, he can go for a trade monopoly at this moment, right? No, you need to get a card for a trade monopoly. There's a lot of cards here you can make use of. He's bringing in the trickle resource, generates significantly more resources, and now native trial and settlements also give EXP trickle for the entire team. So this will give them 6% additional resources. The filibusters have a grenade, a siege attack. However, they're only 24 damage. Pikemen have higher damage there. The envoy could get gunned down. And it says trading posts on native sites, which are regular trading posts, so they will not be affected by that. It says plus 81 EXP. I wonder if that is before or after the EXP. Yep, that is after, looks like. See, plus 81%. Now let's bring in the Tlaxcala Textiles. He went for that afterwards, so you get a handful of villagers. And now we got caravan trade there to upgrade more trade. Filibusters gunning down some local lizards. Now there's 6 settlers on the field, which is more than 0. And we do also have a factory wagon in the field, thanks to one for Baja California. Going for Baja California allows you to get access to 3 factories. A method to get 3 factories, I should say. Oh, now he's going for this, so he must have canceled and went for the Tlaxcala Textiles. There's the... Oh, I thought I went down over there. No, he did run away in time. That was gunned down now. The Dutch is slightly ahead in economics, or really much better. It has 20 villagers and a whole bunch of banks, which are greater than a single cow. Who would have thought? He is going for a great coat. They're pretty nice great coats. And now going for skirmishers, these filibusters. What are they classified as? They're classified as heavy infantry. So they will receive bonus damage from the skirmishers. They also classified as grenadier troop and outlaw. Outlaw is notable. Let's see, the population space. Are these guys with 3? So the population reduction for outlaws could be handy. You guys have a good force here of 20 skirmishers. This opponent has an army much smaller. Apparently the caravan trade has 2 camels. Interesting. Oh, yep, and now he's up to 130, so that does probably provide quite a bit of income thanks to the card he went for, the Team Trickle Economics, which is different than Trickle Up or Trickle Down Economics, as it's team. Going for some Quartos now. He doesn't have to worry about population capital too much at this moment. He does have all 200 population available. Let's go for some more Chinkos. So the Quartos are the outlaw unit. The Quartos are a Lancer variant. Dangerous outlaw, so it is still outlaw. Outlaw Lancers, looks like. And they only have small anti-infantry bonus. Envoy will get gunned down. He has worth 5 experience points. And he is going for a large number of chests of coin, which means he is going to be pumping out these mercenaries at a reasonable rate. And there's a good number of exposed villagers here. These guys don't do minus damage or bonus versus villagers. So these Quartos will do less damage versus villagers. Skirmishers and Irish Brigadier support on the field. Both will be useful in this situation. He does have some pikemen here. He does get some cash bounty from each kill. Very handy. A large number of demolition charges got thrown on individual units. Skirmishers pushed forward. Militiamen now being pulled on the field. Got more Quartos planes on board. The Dutch right now has still 23 villagers, a significant amount. Banks receive quite a bit of damage there. That's probably a good idea not to hit the banks. Chinkos are classified as heavy cav, so these skirmishers do less damage for them, but are advancing in small numbers, so they can be gunned down. Plus, he does have a handful of pikemen to stab them. Chinkos being cleaned on up. These villagers may want to be brought into the town center. At this rate point in time, if he puts in the town center, he starts falling behind, because opponent is backing his entire army with pretty much no economy. No villager-based economy, I should say. More of the Quartos advancing forward. They are, of course, a Dragoon variant, which these skirmishers would do most damage versus them. Dutch is now bringing out more skirmishers, more pikemen on the field. Another round of skirmishers now pulling them out. And trade monopoly victory has been started. All he needs to do is keep his opponent occupied his base. He has still a good number of skirmishers here. Quartos do 20 damage at range. The skirmishers do 15 damage times 2.5, so quite a bit. More pikemen being caught on field. Filibusters not being hit. Skirmishers are slowly being whittled down. Going for more skirmishers is still a good call. He does have adequate amount of coin income and has a good amount of food stored up as well. He may want to squeeze out a second barracks at the moment. Note the trade monopoly in victory. He needs a little bit more wood. Yeah. I would say task the villagers on a bit of wood to get out second barracks because he needs a production queue at the moment. He has plenty of economy. He needs a production queue. Got some check coin brought on in. Maybe should have been better to go for the Hussars. No, these guys would rip them apart. I think infantry attack would probably would have been a little bit better at this point in time. He needs the combat capability, not the econ. He's fine with econ. There's the barracks now being on field. Does get interrupted, and now I think it may be a little bit too late. The Q moved him. He's not doing the barracks. Red didn't realize he actually stopped the barracks production, which I think is critical at this point in time. And Blue does back with the game. This and grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.
Claire.
Relatively simple, quick replay. I think the lack of a second barracks is probably what made the Dutch player lost there. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HPowers 3 replay. Also on top right side as this blue Iroquois, we have Kinda Cat. We now got a fresh bandit blowgunder. Spawn on the bottom left side as a red Chinese, we have 29671650552. Who decides to punch that blowgunner there, or maybe that was a pirate? We're in a place with Turkey, so somewhere in North America, maybe Caribbean with the pirates and blowgunners, maybe Florida. I know turkeys are definitely New World rather than Old World. That's all I know. Let's see, how about the natives? Maybe they can tell you where we're at. We got the Travis deployed next to the Carib settlement, so it's something near the Caribbean. Could be Florida. Could be one of the Caribbean items. And we got the Seminole. Okay, this is definitely Florida. Seminoles are Florida. And we get the Seminole sharpshooter bowmen. So we got archers and blowgunners, which I both think are a similar unit. But against infantry, I wonder if... I know blowgunners are... They're probably a skirmisher variant, like the archers. So they're probably both archaic archers, I'm guessing. Of course, let's take a look at the most very important thing. The name of the explorer. Chan. I have no idea if that's randomly generated or not. And Tomahawk. Alrighty then, that's quite a simple name. She is carrying a couple tomahawks. Either way, let's see what decks. None of the things I could get, but does have shipment available. Chinese player has brought in deck. T exports. Muster, he's immediately going for the first muster, which will give him, what, 2 village settlers at this point? There's 3 settlers there, so 3 settlers immediately, that's about right. Excuse me. Oh, it's got the consulate, or the T-Wagon, Wood Coin, Chuko News, Standard Army, Hit Points, Quang Pikemen, Step Riders, the Mongolian Scourge, Diplomatic Intrigue, Arquebusts, Chengdo Swordsman, Repelling Volley, Devil Face Armor, Bayang Army, Meteor Hammers, Hand Mortars, Intervention, Higher Manchurian Cavalry Archers, 9 of them, Iron Ming Iron Troops, 18 population for 9, that's quite good, Chuko News, Quang Pikemen, Old Dynasty Reforms, Infinite Flying Crows, and Hired Red and Shields. Oh yeah, Age of Empires 3 does have some good music. All the Age of Empires game has some good music. Though I've never really played one of all the games I haven't played. Got villagers, exotic hardwoods, more villagers, chests of coin, all resources, tomahawks, conservative tactics, Kenyan horsemen, new ways, native treaties, native warrior combat, spice trade, forest prowlers, musket riders, Cayenne horsemen, 4 rams, Haudenosaunee woodworking. Receive all market woodcutting upgrades for free. And just immediately that's been active. Renegade French. Native warrior conscription reduces their costs and increase the build limit. Could be handy, good way to increase your numbers. Environmentalism. North American trade. And 20 Enyas, 4 light cannon, Blood Brothers, and the 22 Lepa allies. And that is a skirmisher variant, and gives them also their basic upgrade as well. Carver's got a war hut now deployed on the field, as well as a trading post. Blue is eyeing for the center of the map. The blue explorer is exploring its opponent's base. For the wonder, we do have the Summer Palace. It does give free bannered armies, as well as initially building up, gives you a shipment of 400 food. Right now the villager count is 17 to 15. This will rapidly change. Good amount of herding there, keeping all that livestock, herd huntables in the nearest town center. Same here as well. And whatever sheep he found, he does go ahead and get them tasked to the village to improve their fattening rate. 90 wood. There's some more sheeple that can be led to victory. Does find himself another local. So looks like 3 locals with him, 1 pirate, 2 bandit blowgunners. The tomahawk could have been from a treasure actually. But we do have a shipment of tomahawks there, looks like. Or no, there's a group of them just one field. He's going for a group of Cayenne horsemen. Now those sheeple there on the road. It looks like Red is really eyeing for that coin. He does have a handful of Chuko news on the field. He may have gone for a shipment of Chuko news. Yes, he did. The first free banner arm is on the way. Red has claimed himself a native scout on the land. Goes trying to make his advance forward as inside town center. It is maxed out. Nothing here will get one-shotted by the town center. Let's take out some of these extra units. Tomahawks are heavy units, so the Chukunos will get some bonus damage versus them. But now these horsemen advance forward. Irregulars now advancing forward. Ready to poke some of these guys in melee. They do ×4 damage versus cavalry. That's why you pull out the irregular, or the sentries rather than the irregulars. It does ward away the horsemen there with the sentries. As the forces get warded away by the Chuko news, does get a shipment of step riders deployed on the field. 7 step riders from 1 card, that's not bad. Though they're pretty light units when it comes to cavalry. They're basically half of a hussar. And he is overrunning these tomahawks, which are a musketeer variant. They can do bonus damage from melee. Of course, if they get engaged in low numbers, that's a bit of a problem for them. Looks like Red does force back the aggression first. There's the first free bannered army. It does get a handful of pikemen, as well as more Chuko news. Pikemen will be useful with a handful of horsemen, so there's probably adequate number there. More tomahawks being deployed on the field. I heard some camouflage there. It's probably that native scout. I see a blue dot here. Oh, that's just a sheep that's there. There's the native scout there, camouflage. The war chief will spot him if she gets close enough. But does get spotted there by the war hut. More tomahawks not being put on the field, so going for more Chuko news is definitely a good idea. Yeah, it doesn't have out a barracks. He's solely relying on his Summer Palace for his military. He's going defensive and for shipments, putting all his economy into to this next age up. He may be eyeing for flying crows, I'm guessing. Now he can advance to the next age. Let's see what he goes for. He is eyeing for, yep, the Flying Crow, the Confucian Academy. Crossbows advancing forward, get a bit of damage there. Throwing some more rounds to Summer Palace. It has took a bit of beating. Chuko news is trying to get a bit of ship damage on in, now falling back. Got a small force here, some idle units. They may have been collecting up the goats. Definitely need to be retasked. Good volley there. Let's take out one of the Chuko nodes. Can't be afford to lose any of these units at the moment. Now he's going for Consulate. He has not gotten... I guess he's not going to go for T-Export. He may go for Diplomatic Intrigue. That could get him a quick shipment of something. This horseman's moving around. Blue has backed on off. Does back on off there. Could probably took a quick time to raid down that village. Now he's receiving some damage here. Now he's going for intervention. He has stuck the British. That should give him a group of redcoats. Was it 6 redcoats? Villagers here needs to not be idle there, considering there's a bunch of military units advancing on forward. All of these villagers may go down. Watching the villagers firing away. Red's trying to advance forward. Does get some damage on those horsemen. Tomahawks just hitting away. You can't let these horsemen to engage the tomahawks. Does get the arquebus, the arquebus upon field. They'd be very effective versus these tomahawks. Villagers need to just not engage. Trying to stall out for the intervention shipment there. There's the redcoats. Does get a good volley there. Arquebus getting overrun by the horsemen. Villagers putting some pathetic damage in to aid them. And now got some irregular spawning field, trying to put some mass between him and the arquebus. Keep those horsemen away from the arquebus. He has saved most of his arquebus there. He had 8, now he's down to 5. Musketeers are on the front line, by the redcoats. Blue's army does get cleaned up there, forcing him back. Now bringing a shipment of more arquebus. Very nice. He's also now doing territorial armies, which give him arquebus and Jangdo swordsmen. Both will be very useful in this situation. Swordsmen will help him stay safe from the horsemen, and the arquebus will be good for some tomahawks. And the swordsmen will still be useful versus the tomahawks themselves. Arquebus has been put on the field. Quickly going down these horsemen. These horses are being pinged on up. A couple musketeers remain, or arquebus and musketeer. This horseman may kill off one of the villagers. Does kill off one of the villagers there. And now Red's trying to fall back. More horsemen being put on the field. He does have a bit of a export. He could perhaps bring a shipment of, what's it called? Redcoats. That would be a good item. Some musketeers. He's bringing some more territorial armies now. The Chinese player has basically no resources at the moment. Some of these villagers are exposed. The Chinese player has 29 villagers. The Iroquois is at 37. Whoa, that was a big shipment of something. Discipline, Step Riders, Keshiks. I was not paying attention to that. He does actually bring the Beijing army. Give him a massive cavalry force. Granted, these are all more or less light cavalry. Not the type. They're 1 population each, so they're cheap cavalry. They also are disciplined, thanks to that research there. The cavalry are just going to be used versus these horsemen. Yeah, it does have a couple of those cavalry archers left. The Tomahawk's still firing away. Was supposed to be finished off by the arquebus now. Red will stabilize. Blue has lost his army. He's bringing in more Tomahawks, more horsemen, and does bring in some blowgunners as well. I think that was a shipment from one of the natives. I'm curious, if you get multiple of these there, could you get more of the support? Probably. You could have got at least the Seminole settlement and 1 blowgunner. You'll get 10 units instead. He did not. He just won a quick set of blowgunners, which will also take no population. They do bonus damage versus all infantry, so they're more or less a unique infantry unit. They do bonus damage versus infantry, a weird variation of the skirmisher. They do less damage versus heavy cav, but only heavy cav, so they'll still do full damage versus light cav. Now we've got more units here, including some redcoats. Yep, he definitely spent some export on that. He's bringing a shipment of Jangdo swordsmen. He has a sizable army. Now he has a flying crow as well. This artillery piece will make a big difference. The Iroquois is still in age 2. He's not going for age 3 anytime soon. A little bit low in resources. He has a decent army, but his opponent does have 46 military units, while he has a 27. Though horsemen are technically 2 population each, while pretty much this entire army is 1 population each. gonna start taking down the War Hunt now. Can't be losing that. The Flying Crow does do double damage to the structures, so it does around 450. A little bit over 450, I should say. I think it's like 456, if my math is incorrect. The War Hunt does go down. The Air Corps is currently a population cap, which does pose a problem. We've got more territorial armies being employed in the field, as well as more Flying Crows. It would make his opponent eat some crow for not closing out the game. And what he could... He was pretty close to. He does have enough food for aging up. He can put out some more archers, because they only require food. And there you go. I think he sold some food off there too, so he can get his age up. Because he just jumped up in some coin. Tomahawks do cost a bit of gold. No, they only cost wood, not gold. My bad. I do know that archers only take food. Oh, something a little bit unique about them. They only cost food. They cost the same amount as a villager. Those in these long huts that will pose a bit of problem. The Air Corps doesn't really have the wood right now to replace those long houses. Now he's starting to age up. He's starting to go for the warrior. Can't think what that does off the top of my head. What he could use is probably whichever one provides him fast age up. Prowl taking a bit of fire. Blue's just trying to stall out to match his opponent's force. He doesn't have an anti-siege weapon in this age. Light cannon are a weapon that's available in Industrial Age, not Fortress Age. So he may need to find... If you get off the Flying Crows, that could be... That's his going to primary threat, the Flying Crows, probably. And he has no direct counter to him, but his opponent can't mass produce him either, so they are going to be painful to deal to be hit by them. But maybe not a game ending because of the small numbers he can only receive. You have a higher Manchurian cavalry archers being pulled on the field. A good Dragoon variant to engage his opponent's a large number of horsemen now. It's like a little bit idle. Let's fast forward a little bit. Chinese players now on the push on forward. Has 73 military units. We do have a handful of mantles. Mantles do have 50% range armor. Their range attack is similar to a musketeer. Their primary goal is basically a heavy frontline tank unit. You have a force. You have trouble. Oh wait, here we go. Right now he has a force of 67. His opponent has a force of 82. Both players are having trouble with population. You could go for some big buttons in order to get some more military units on the field beyond the housing place, because you see a large number of force in the field. Mix way forward does find the Flying Crow exposed. Going to be taking that out quickly. Flying Crow does fire one more shot off before going on down. Thomas advances forward with a good number of archers in the back line. The Kanyan horsemen are trying to find another opportunity. They're just running straight to those swordsmen, which are a counter to them. Does get second Flying Crow does push up forward, gets some good damage on the infantry. The Mantle's just getting some good damage at range. Horseman does have an opportunity to hit some arquebuses here. You do have another war party improvement there. Just give some more tomahawks to work with. If I remember correctly, it was raiding party, scouting party, then raiding war party, or it's a scout or raid, and then war is the second age big button. Should give him 8 tomahawks. We've got some renegade French. We do have now a lack of frontline units that combat horsemen, though his horsemen are all dead. The market does go down. The Long Hut does go down there.
Okay.
Horsemen now advancing forward. If they can take out that flying crow, that'd be great. That's the primary job there. Got some forwards across the point of view. Got another renegade French cruisers. They are going straight into hand attack mode, so they get bonus damage here. This one, meteor hammers do have a bit of range attack there, but they will quickly go on down. All these cruisers with great numbers. Arquebus on the back line, which are the counter to the tomahawks. The one meteor cannons advancing on forward are iron flails. Most of the French, all the French cruisers have gone down. More musketeers over here. Tomahawks making the way forward. They're trying to engage in melee mode, or nope, they're just trying to gain the range. Arquebuses, well, their bonus damage is present in hand attack mode. I suppose going to melee hand attack mode is the higher attack speed will equal out. And it looks like the Iroquois player does manage to win that fight there, but he's not advancing any farther forward. His army took a bit of a beating. Around 51 military units here versus 24. Another flying crow's almost deployed on the field. Now we do have the Forbidden Army now being deployed on the field. And another round, we got the higher Ming Iron troops now being deployed on the field. A pretty big mercenary group. Got a handful of now the cavalry on the field. The Iron Flares are basically some of the Crusaders. In America as well, they do have the possibility of going to a range. No, those Meteor Hammers. Meteor Hammers do have 4 range. There are a Hussar variant with extra range, if that makes any sort of sense. While the Iron Flail is also a Hussar variant, or a Lancer variant, that has a bit of splash damage along with it. Red does have some villagers up here which could go down. Chinese player has 39 villagers. The Iroquois is at 51. And we do actually have some fishing boats not being employed in the field. They're misrallied. Looks like they're being rallied right there. Which is simply not fish or whale. Actually, there's like 5 whale deposits on the map as well. That's quite a bit. Red now has a decent... Whoops, I hit my microphone. Got a decent force here. Iron troops, they do 25 range damage. Bonus damage, so they're skirmisher variant. Yep, no, they're archers, but archers and skirmishers. They're a light infantry unit. You know they have the word iron in them. They are a light infantry unit with a large amount of range damage resist. And they are classified as mercenary, not as outlaw.
Rosados.
Okay.
Oh, and blue will find a good group of villagers here to start hitting.
On a hunt, huh?
Some of these villagers may go down. More cavalry advancing forward. Losing a good number of these villagers is very, very problematic. Does get some villagers at the garrison side of the village. Does manage to escape on out of there. Got shipment forest prowlers, as well as more forest prowlers being queued on up, as well as horsemen. No additional villagers for the Chinese player. He's low on, excuse me, low on food. There's some turkey down here. Not a whole lot of turkey. There's a reason why he was hunting up here. There's a lot of food he can utilize. Another longhouse being pulled on out. Right now, Red's pushing forward with a force of 63. That's a force of 61 right here. Relatively equal numbers. Horsemen receiving quite a bit of damage there. Flying prone rolls a miss. Musketeers, Redcoats advancing on forward. Arquebuses in back line. Iron troops making their advance. Notice he does throw a leap behind these archers, a hold back his opponent. More force prowess advancing on forward, against good damage there. They force an excellent skirmisher variant. Horsemen trying to advance on forward. There's a large force here that's vulnerable to horsemen. We do have now the horsemen advancing forward, trying to pick out these horsemen. The horsemen likely will go all down soon. Have a force of 56 to a versus a force of 28. Another flying crow is advancing on forward. But hit the force pause is probably a good target for him. Right now he needs a basket. And I think the Chinese player back the game because he was losing this fight. This is Anagrade saying, thanks for watching, and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Powers 4 replay. Not 4, 3. On top right side as the blue Mexicans with Gideon AI. Spawn bottom left side as the red Ethiopians. We have Hi or Hee. One of the two. Either way, let's take a look and see what natives on the map. Of course, we have the House of Oldenburg. Give you access to the Royal Hunters, a villager skirmisher hybrid. Only can hunt food, but that's still more villagers. And of course got the House of Witten, give you access to the Trabants and the Saxon Crusaders. And I've got to mention as well, you also got the Northern Musketeer, a fully food-based musketeer variant, age 3. When it comes to the explorer's name, we do have the Ali Yosadik. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Definitely random generated name, and of course we have the Leonardo Magallanes. Sounds like another random name. Let's see, we do have a deck selected here. We do have Baja. I think it's going to be a Baja Revolt. Hacienda Wagon with 2 villagers. Cathedral, Coin, Native Treaties, Renegade Navajo. Chips 10 Navajo Riflemen that inflict more damage to villagers than usual. And this is, the Navajo Riflemen don't get this, they get additional 75% damage versus villagers, you can see as an extra description. 500 resources, a mix of food and wood. Got 20 sheeple, cavalry combat, colonial calabros, make their lancers units do additional damage versus infantry. Colonial asanas give you % population housing in your town centers. Liberation March, increase build time, reduces the build time, increase the speed. Sans Marcos Fair ships 3 semi-fattened cows and more as Passad. Presidential Lancers, Chinkos inflict more damage with charge attack. Charteritas enables Hospiendas spawn Chinkos. Falcon Infinite Falconets, heavy cannons. The Charmayo Granzadios. Natives warriors ship fast, train 10% faster and ship 50% faster. You get a large shipment. Factory. Increased building of haciendas and 7 cows. And cantinas. And his opponent. There we go. Who has gone for infinite villagers and 1 Aben. Yeah, that's how we pronounce that. Ephanes can be trained in the Commerce Age, which is an Age 1 card. Increase the attack of all gunpowder infantry units by 5%. Interesting. How about all your existing and newly constructed mountain monsters will contain additional coin. Wood coin, influence, prize bull times 2, Gaciendas. Heavy infantry units throw javelin faster, fires faster closer targets, Shotel warriors. Fastidious Castle, ship 1 palace wagon with 300 influence. Beekeepers, villagers gather food faster from hunted berries and fuels, 15%. Would influence infinite semi-fattened cattle and 1 livestock market builder. 4 Oromi warriors, infinite javelin riders, and infantry combat. Affinities, skirmish with high hit points, so that's the card allows him to get him the in the commerce age. Sebastopol mortar, Shiwa riders, javelin riders, and Oromi warriors have armor and attack increased, plus 20% attack, plus 10% armor. Triagi how do you pronounce that? Ships additional Raz, and Nafaya attacks improve. So there was 1 Raz and all attack damage increased. I don't think that's a Raz. Maybe it's a Raz right there. Cords of Wood, 2 Sebastopol mortars, and Chikwa's elites. Ethiopian range infantry if attacking him. Plus 15 damage and health of units. Oh, don't tell me my voice is going out now. Of course, got some 2 mountain monasteries on the field. He does go for more another mountain monastery and going for a camp builder, which will give him a war camp. The monasteries, of course, does give him a bit of a trickle of coin, or he can also go for influence. Right now, just solely going for coin. So this will give him a good trickle of coin there. Local doggo will be going on down. He does go and get a whole bunch of Abans over here. And there's a revolt to Baja. Got the frontier post wagons now being put on the field. All the filibusters now put on the field. Which I believe they can... Let's see. They can construct buildings and destroy them with dynamite, so they're a builder. They can collect from treasures. They can't collect from other resources. The local doggo could go down to demonstrate this. The local doggo does go down as ATF intended.
What is your command?
Outpost wagon is eyeing for here. He's going for a triple trade post. He's immediately going for a factory wagon. And I'll bring in coach guns, ships a few outlaws, give trading posts a powerful charge ability that inflicts area damage. Enables the shotgun messenger, which is different than shoot the messenger. Beast does go down, the wolf does go down. I'm pretty sure in some maps, the beast is actually glowing like a hero. There are heroic natives like that. 1 javelin rider does go down. Javelin riders are a dragoon variant, which are not going to be good for filibusters. Filibusters are a heavy infantry variant, a musketeer variant. He's going for a shipment of the factory's currently producing wood. By default goes for coin, so he has to manually select that. Now to have the banditos and the where. How come I just can't pronounce any of these names? We got a big round on the Nafayas to pull on the field, which are the skirmishers, as mentioned beforehand. He did go for that card to get them out. The skirmishers will do bonus damage to these filibusters. And these javelin riders will do bonus damage to the oh no, these are light cavalry themselves, so they don't do bonus damage. Got a shipment of Gaciandas, which are another musketeer variant, but they throw javelins. Banditos are a skirmisher variant themselves. Red does have, of course, a bit of economy up here, so does have some good economy on the outside of his town, which could be raided or could be simply not spotted. We got trading posts here as well. Shotgun messenger charge attack, 115 damage with an AoE of 2, so it gets a low rate of fire cannon. There's 3 attack speed. The vultures put the attack speed like to 20 to match the charge attack cooldown. There, okay, it fires a cannon. Waterways improvements completed, which also installed some housing. And there's inspiring flag there. We're trying to decapture it now. Cannon does connect. And the flag does not go down. He should really make sure he gets something on top of that. The inspiring flag does improve the damage of that structure. That's probably one reason why I place it down. And may not be able to be captured when it's next to the structure. That's actually the exact mechanics of inspiring flag myself. And how it correlates with can't be decaptured with near structure. Either way, he's getting whittled down there. And the Mexican Baja California player doesn't have to worry about public space. We can go for a large number of outlaws. Had a decent volley there. These warriors do have 30% range resist, while the Bilbos only have 20%. They are customized heavy, so they receive bonus damage from these skirmishers. So do the Cuartos. Padres needs some healing done there. Cowboy takes him forward with some gunslingers and outboots. The gunslinger has a charge attack of 3 attack. And now the Baja California players, Iron for Trade Monopoly Victory, has 6 of the trade posts in the map. That's 6 out of 7, I believe. No, 6 out of 8. So he needs to destroy at least 2, I think, to stop the trade Monopoly Victory. He may be aware of this one here, though he can't send a couple units over there just to clean up because of the charge attack. Oh, he has a shotgun miniature. I wonder what the cooldown is. Hot air balloon. Oh, that charge attack's nothing too long. He's getting some good damage there to support his own units. Training post has 2,500 health. Nothing too significant, but can't be easily knocked over. And skirmishers don't have good siege attack. He needs to get these javelin troops, the Gaciendas, up there for that. He doesn't have any decent siege units or torch throwers.
It'll take more than that to keep me down. Fetch a medic.
Oh yeah, I think it's gone for Baja California, so it may have a more of a, rather than a Spanish voice, it will have a US English voice. Which at this point in time may be correct, maybe incorrect, I have no idea. Let's bring in the Tlaxcala Alliance. Tlaxcala Alliance does give him 2 villagers per hacienda. No, that's the other one. Tlaxcala Textiles. Tlaxcala Alliance, of course, will give him access to various natives. Red can't be idle. He not only has to destroy 1 trading post, but he needs to destroy 2 trading posts. Got the native embassy Travis Fancy on forward. Putting it right there wouldn't be half bad. But I'm not sure where he's going with this guy. Deploying someone with the flying's good. This can be torched down. Getting 119 coin for every single trade post. And now the Cuartos do find these villagers, gunning them down. Since they're a Dragoon variant, they don't have good siege attack nor anti-villager attack. But they may get full damage on Abans. They're not classified as villagers. The hot air balloon now out on the field.
Richtig. Verstanden.
You got a Cathedral front line in the trade monopoly victory. 90 seconds, or not 90 seconds, 60 seconds. He needs to destroy 2 trade posts. The hot air balloon does go down. Got more shipments of Jesuits. He's gone for Jesuits, Conquistadors. Conquistadors are Dragoon variant with a AoE range attack.
Touch a minute.
And yep, I think his opponent he should have been much more aggressive. He can't wait for these infantry units to get put on the field. He's going for the Portuguese. And there's now quite a bit of infrastructure here. Now he has to deal with all his opponent's force here. He will not be able to torch this down, and yeah, his opponent just waited too long. And he also utilized the golden rear tier ability right there at the last moment. By the way, there's Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay." Yep, that was a little bit too idle. Not that button. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Powers 4 replay. Spawn bottom right side as the blue Chinese with a big GG. Oh, I butchered that. Who knows how you're supposed to pronounce J letter words in English language, or not the English language. And spawn on the top left side as the red French. We have Kinda Cat, who named his explorer Heijeshi. I have no idea. And as the Chinese explorer, we got a foreign name. On the map, we do of course have the native house of Oldenburg, giving access to rural hunters and northern musketeers. And up here, we do have access to the House of Fanar, which gives you access to the Greek Everzone, the Boyars, and to some Sacred Band infantry through the big button. This is someone that you may want to go for early on, because you can give you a nice little group of infantry units. And saying, let's say, it says the Sacred Band are basically a musketeer, and so if you wait long enough, you'll get 2 musketeers, which will pay for the trade post. So it's really good idea to go for this one earlier on. You have a card available for the Chinese who's going for the quantity exports. He does have access to the Northern Refugees, Wood Coin, Chuko News, standard army hit points, Bringing Pikemen, Stack Riders, Mongolian Scourge, Flamethrower, Casual Rickshaw, Diplomatic Entry, Coin, Arquebus, Shangzhou Swordsman, Territorial Army, Repelling Volley, Iron Flails, Double Face Armored, and Mortars, Intervention, Iron Manchurian Cavalry Archers, Old Dynasty Reforms, Manchu Combat, Infinite Flying Crows, and Western Reforms. The French does go for couriers, wood, coin, crossbows, range infantry hit points, hussars, team hand cavalry attack, royal fencing school, spice trade. French Royal Army enables your musketeers and halberdiers to benefit from combat promotions, receive extra hit points. So wait, just get promotions enabled. Huh, that can be very interesting. And we got team range infantry attack, skirmishers, hussars, cruisers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, hired armored pistoliers, hired Haitian Jaegers, if you can, and factory. And we do have the quartermaster, and the opponent is going for the French allies. Not going does have, okay, that's a monastery, not a land wonder. And in the console, it's immediately bringing in food crates, so it's immediately going for a shipment of food from the French. He's fighting against the French. So we got a shipment of food here. He spent all of his early export on looks like 300 food. No, there's 4 crates there, so that's about 400 food. That's not bad. Which will give enough food to age up. Interesting. Gives you 100 export. And that shipment, how much is that? That's probably pretty cheap. Use T exports to get 400 food. It could be 500 food if I wasn't quick enough to click on it. Well, let's just assume it's 400 food in age 1. Plus you also get, but you had to expend the 100 export to get the French allies. So it must be something pretty cheap. It must be around 100 export for 400 food. As well as give a bit of trickle rate. So you go for this card for not only for the trickle of export, but also for a free consulate. And I'm trying to think, how effective is that? Because you would assume most people don't go for shipments early on, but there's just more than just one, or I say a shipment in age 1 of resources. But seeing how this is in, also gives other benefits, so probably does pay quite a bit of value because that little bit extra export rate is quite significant. Let's see, 0.35 trickle, I just mean that's per second. That's probably half the export, because that's equivalent to 10 villagers at the moment. So yeah, that doubles his export rate. Get a bit of food there for the age up. Goes for the porcelain tower, which is being set to wood at the moment. And now it's bringing a shipment of step riders. So maybe I need to raise opponent's villagers, though it's a bit hard to do with the French. And his opponent is right now going for a shipment of hussars. 7 step riders should be able to beat 3 hussars. He is also mainly building some hussars as well.
Votre ordre? Prêt.
Votre ordre?
Oh, did my internet crash? No. It looks like Twitch may have crashed because I'm looking at my stream over there, and both on my secondary computer I used a lot of streams, and my primary computer both had Twitch crash. So I'm wondering if Twitch may have crashed in general. Step Riders trying to torch down the French trading post. It is... Step Riders do have a decent siege attack, and for the value of 1 shipment, that's pretty good. This Hussars advancing forward, they have a similar siege attack, but also much higher damage, double health, more than double health, so these Hussars will beat Step Riders no problem. And there's a good number of Hussars in the field. He needs to just run away with them. The Chinese player is currently not pulling out any villagers. He's trying to go for a fast fortress age. He only has his explorer and the monk here, which is simply just not enough. Trying to turn around and engage. The monk does go down. He can now age up. Going for the Confucian Academy to get out of Flying Crows. It'd probably be better to go with the Bannered Armies, honestly. And now he's going to die to this rush. He's trying to collect up some coin here to get out some irregulars. He does get some villagers inside of the thing. He has the porcelain tower to coin in order to get out the irregulars. Hussars now taking some axe there. You need a bit more export to get a group of military units, but you could go for intervention next age. He's now bringing out some plain pikemen for defense, which is probably a good idea since he's fighting against a lot of cavalry. Trade post going on up. He realizes he doesn't really like the French, so he's ending relations with them. And this is how the Chinese and French got in this conflict, right? Oh, you can actually select on this wild trader. Can you do that for other traders? I don't think so. It's like Red is going to try to claim this mill. It does provide you a decent trickle of food, 1 per second. And now there's Fortress Age. You will get infinite flying crows. That's getting a wave of disciplined arquebusts. However, they are arquebusts versus hussars. That's not a good item. Now going for the British. Of course, that's the best way to fight the French with the British. And now we've got also the intervention not being brought on in. French sign for more couriers. Time for our shipment of wood on in. Both players in Fortress Age at the moment. Rosenthal still providing a trickle of wood. Oh, the French is up. Okay, yeah, the 1,000 of wood is from the shipment there. He does have both of the natives, so he can bring in. He's getting the Sacred Bands charging on up. Barracks does go up there. Now got the Veteran Hussar research. And we got a shipment of falconets. Couple redcoats on the field, which would be a good item to complement the arquebus, being a musketeer. The premier musketeer. Going for, and now the French to rely on some northern musketeers himself. And also going for some royal hunters as well. Going for some boyars. I'm curious about boyars. I think they are a hussar variant. Boyars appears to be. Oh, look at that! Not only they are hussar variant, but their attack speed is 1. So they're 50% faster than these hussars. Veteran base health is 320. These guys' base health is 340. 24 damage, but 50% more attack speed. So just assume there's 36 damage versus 36 damage. Okay, that's pretty similar. I guess overall they'll just do less overkill. They also get a bonus damage for artillery. So comparison to hussars are pretty much the same, but they have a chance of doing less overkill. Also have a chance of doing more overkill. We got a Repentant Sinar Horseman here, which is a mercenary that has 1,000 health, lots of resist. Good damage upon the falconets. I'm not sure where did all the rest of the Sinar Horsemen went. Either way, that may be with the monastery actually. He does have, of course, this Arquebus. He's quick answer, taking out the hussars one at a time. Boyars first Corinthians forward. Of course, we got the northern musketeers, which also benefit from promotions. The Sinar Horseman just want to be a move over here. Has 1,000 health. It can draw a lot of fire to save a lot of his other force. 400 gold. That has been from the monastery, right? You could task the Porcelain Tower on the coin. Oh, now got the 400 export, British redcoats, 6 population, so that's 6 redcoats there. And also got a 7 hand mortars. At this point in time, hand mortars are really nice if you're on the attack, because on defense, hand mortars are a mortar variant, a cheap mortar variant. And his opponent does spot this thanks to hot air balloon. He should, yeah, he does have a flying crow out on the field that needs to be retasked over here. Chinese player also need to get some more population housing at the moment. This can still go either way, but the Falconets, there's so far no counter to the Falconets. Falconets will be very powerful this moment. He finally gets another village on the field. Sees another trade post, which is good. We got a very large number of northern musketeers in the field. 84 population for 69, but the French army is clearly larger thanks to the natives. 7 boyars trying to skirmish around, trying to hit the hand mortars. Also not a high priority threat. Northern musketeers and veteran musketeers made some forward. Flying Crow being auto-attacked into the cavalry and goes down without firing a shot. Falconets will see a bit of fire there from the hand mortars. Hand mortars do go down. The cavalry is now just trying to hit the musketeers, the red coats. Not as a great item for them to hit, but at this point they don't really have anything else to hit. Iron Flares will be taking out these. Nope, they will not take out those Falconets. Remember, these are musketeers. They don't do less damage versus cavalry like skirmishers. But either way, the the Chinese player does back the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Please give a moment so I can fix the stream, so I can make sure everything's functioning right. Twitch crashed, for those who don't know. Looks like everything's good, so let's go and get started. Back to going. Let's start. I can't speak. Moving on. Wrong button, like usual. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HPowers 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the yellow US of A, we have Kinda Capped. Spawn on the north side as the red Dutch, we have Lulian Pasha. Let's see now. Let's take a look at what natives on the map. We got the Aken, which gave you access to the Aken Kanobu, a Aken warrior firing powerful old musket, which I believe is a musketeer variant. And we've got the Sudanese, which give you access to the Sudanese Dervish, the Askari, African musketeer mercenary ready to restore order. I wonder if this guy's a class of mercenary rather than native. And the Senar horsemen. Okay, these are definitely both mercenaries. So we do have native mercenaries on the map, which you can see here. They don't have a build limit. The Dervish doesn't say that either. Sorry, they're curious. It doesn't say a limit onto them. Guess we'll find out soon enough. US signed for trade posts, in which I thought he was going to go for the Chinese immigrants for more trade posts, but I must be mistaken. You now have capitalism now being researched, as well as Spanish immigrants. Ships one outpost wagon. Spanish immigrants boost XP income, allowing their train shipments considerably faster, as well as gave you the commerce levy ability, which allows you to bring in pikemen rather than minutemen. So, and they don't lose health over time. Also delivers one outpost wagon, so that means if he goes with that, you have two outposts, not trading wagon. Either way, coin, regulars, Springfield Armory, infinite outpost. Oh, there's a lot of outposts. Virginia Assembly, Washington Lumber Mills ships 400 wood. Villagers gathering rate of tree and growth by 10%. Interesting. Russian American Company, wood, coin, United States Army, 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, Buffalo Soldiers, Georgia Hussars. Upgrade your Hussars to veteran status and reduces their cost. So cheaper Hussars? Huh. Advanced Frontier Defensives. Looks like a very defensive US play. Fort and Polski's Legion. 10 Carbine Cavalry, heavy fortifications, and Suzukyo fortifications. Forts cost less to construct, built faster, and 2 more may be constructed. So this 50% discounted force and +2. Yeah, this is gonna be some sort of US turtle play. And he is also going for Delaware. We do also have the quartermaster here. He's gone for villagers, Bank of Amsterdam, Woodwood, Coin, the pikemen, infantry attack, infantry hit points, hussars, bank wagon, advanced arsenal, religious freedoms, wood, skirmishers, infantry combat, hussars, grenadiers, cavalry combat, fort, hired bosniaks, heavy cannon, tulip circulation, factory. I think getting those factories out and getting out some heavy cannon from them will be order the amount of defensive placement the US players I need to deploy out in the field. Oh, let's see, the US player, let's see, Delaware gives you 6 semi-phantom counts and 2 homestead wagons, not bad. He could go for a livestock mill. The 6 cows can provide you a lot of fuel, not livestock. Yeah, livestock pen. A husbandry, and also Delaware Blues ship additional regular for each shipment you've already sent so far, so you get more regulars the longer you wait. Simple enough. He's going for some coin. Does have access to the Minutemen ability right now, which deploy, not deploying the pikemen. Still a generally good idea to go for it as soon as you can, gives a nice little force you can start building on up. Over here we do have a barracks going on up for defensive reasons.
What can I do?
Yes, of course, a yak still idle around. US players not deploying anything at the moment. Let's see, right now the Dutch is assigned for more villagers.
Klaar.
We're gonna fast forward a little bit. He has a barracks on the field, so I'll keep the Dutch players selected for the time being. We do now have the state capital now on the field. We do now have the market going on up. Looks like both players not eyeing for any progression at the moment. Though we do have some skirmishers being put on the field for the Dutch. It may be for defensive reasons rather than offensive reasons. And stop with the spam clicking. We do now have a pair of pike or 8 pikemen. That's a little bit more than a pair. Select the other player for the time being. And now we do have Fast Forsace is going for Tennessee. Which actuality I usually see Kentucky rather than Tennessee, so this is going to be a little bit different. This Explorer has minimal siege attack, 18. I suppose not necessarily minimal, but nothing too significant either. US player has 1 shipment available. He may be eyeing for something over here. Maybe for the triple outpost wagons? Maybe for the fort? Honestly, I have no idea. The fort may be a good idea because also acts as a production structure. US player doesn't have 13 villagers. This one has 19 plus how many banks? Just the 2 at the moment. Third on the way. Does bring in some Minutemen. He notices there's quite a bit of pikemen now sitting down stuff. Skirmishers may have poor siege attack, but pikemen have good siege attack. Got shipment of wood being brought in. The US player is now advanced next stage, going for the Russian American Company. Blockhouses, of course, can train units as well. That's probably one reason why it's going for it. And it's going for the Wutog Association. Ships 2 outpost wagons. All existing and newly constructed outposts spawns 2 state militia and support 10 population each. That may be one reason why he's skipping out on housing.
What is your command?
Has a handful of sharpshooters on the field as well.
Orders?
This blockhouse wagon could be torched down. Minutemen down to half health, or 101 health, I should say. Does get some good damage there. When the Minutemen do go down, sharpshooters have excellent range. 22 range is excellent, of course. Team Out O Posto. Interesting name. I think that explains that. This will, of course, give him some state militia here. And what's the other one here he can go for? Over Mountain Settlers. Ship 4 settlers. Greatly improve settlers in range combat. Make natural resources last longer. Adds 12 of a range attack, which is not bad. What is it? Warrior Societies gives you plus 20 damage. Of course, it'll always be helpful if you can, if any of these upgrades give your village access to an attack move order. The Explorer takes quite a bit of damage right there. Technically a general, I should say. And maybe Amelia, was that Amelia Black? With a pirate sword? That doesn't seem correct. Pushing way forward, got a decent amount of force here. State Militia, a weird variation of Skirmisher where it actually does less damage if I have higher health. Which will be effective versus the pikemen. Now he has made some next aids, bring out his Minutemen himself or militiamen with some skirmishers as well. Has decent force here to force back the US player, going for more skirmishers as well. And bring a shipment of routiers. Routiers are a dragoon variant. Cheaper, small, lower population housing, but more population efficient. So the skirmisher force will still be effective versus opponent. Now do have California on the opponent field. Another round of Minutemen not being employed on the field.
Yes?
I was given a free cover wagon and some large collection of books. And let's see, California's cards. California will give you access, of course, to 2 factories. That's going for any of them. As Bear Flag Revolt, they'll just become Californios. Your general gains access to inspiring Bear Flag ability. I'm not sure that's different. Spawn rate, work rate for Honcho Pet Grizzly to 6. So wait, the flag improves the build rate of can build flat bears and improve all damage action bonus against artillery. So the bear does bonus damage with artillery. Interesting. California Gold Rush, ships 1 prospect wagon. Talent centers also now. It's now instead automatically spawn settlers for free. Interesting. Not sure the rate, if it's similar to Ottomans or not, but at least we'll give them a decent, technically a decent trickle of food by not needing to spend the food. Carbon cavalry being blown field, 10 of them. The Saloon Goat on the Moon on the field. I've always hypothesized an Old English name for a pub. And this is one that my dad came up with. The Bloated Goat. An Old English sow name.
Yes.
I may need to grab that Goat on the Moon. We do have Inspiring Flag somewhere. Got second town set over here as well, with an outpost in the region. Block wagon. There's a Carbine Cavalry. We got army of 32 versus an army of 45 here, with 5 in the rear. US player is now eyeing for the heavy fortifications there. This frontier outpost is taking a bit of fire. It can throw some fire for him. Did a good job at that. State Militia advancing on forward with some Minutemen. Next round of Minutemen will be available relatively soon. And the Frontier Outpost will be does go down there. Let's take out some of the Hussars there. Red's on the fold back. Sharpshooters on the field too. Another round of Minutemen are being pulled on out. Skirmishers are being pushed on forward as well. More Minutemen, this time at full health. Veteran Hussars making their advance. The Carbon Cavalry will be very useful versus them. Looks like there is an age advantage for the US player. I'm not sure if he has any advanced technologies. He has Guard Militia, Veteran Sharpshooters. Blockhouse, he does have now the improved Blockhouse. It does have now Cannon Shot, which has 6 or 3 AoE as well. So it'll be very effective at whittling down these infantry forces. Oh, yeah, that's just a Bombard attack, so that's against, wait, it has 2 attacks? Bombard attack and range attack. That sounds like it has 2 attacks, doesn't it?
Orders.
You know, that's something I need to look at. Does it technically have 2 attacks? Because I see range attack and bombard attack, but I only know about having it 1. Got Outpost Wagon makes a way forward, drawing some fire there. Really pulling up the front line. Carbon Cavalry trying to pursue these skirmishers. Skirmishers are, of course, the counter. Of course, we've got some, okay, just trying to engage in melee. We have now a Fort Wagon being pulled out by the Dutch. Outpost Wagon going on up. You can always go for 3 more outposts. Extra fortifications could be a possibility. The Dutch are very far from aging up. Needs a lot of coin, as well as a decent amount of food. There's a red fort. Some regulars are deployed on the front line. They could throw some fortress there. Well, let's get some damage on the Envoy. If anything gets hit, Envoy is probably the best thing to get hit. Frontier fortified outpost being deployed on out. And we'll get some shot off now. Fort is halfway completed, which could still be sieged down, but it's not any whole lot of units yet to do good siege damage versus a fort. And plus, he still needs us to hit everything else. More of these forces being deployed on out. Now the fort has been deployed in the field, which will show how Frontier actually gets some good. The Frontier outpost gets some good damage on in, doing 150 damage rather than 20 or 60. More skirmishers now pulling on the field, forcing back the US player. US player has another shipment available. He's going for some factories, not a big surprise. Going for some heavy cannon probably wouldn't be half bad.
What can I do?
I know a lot of people like to use them to generate resources. I'm a bit more biased towards the heavy cannon. And now I do have some cowboys being put on the field. There's not any Indians on this map. Why is it going for a single cowboy? They're not very population efficient. So single cowboy is now put on the field. Has a bullseye charge attack. And there is the factory wagon going on up. And there goes that guy. His coin deposit, gold deposit, literally, will be interrupted. He does have a good number. Actually, that's a good number of cowboys. I didn't realize how many cowboys he actually had.
I'm ready. Yeah.
So one cowboys to attack his opponent. Population inefficient, but they're relatively cheap. 100 boys, somewhat cheap, but 5 population makes it so if you need a cheaper dragoon to raid village, I suppose that's one possibility.
Yep.
But this is 9 of them, and that is 45 population. That's literally almost half his population right here. This player does have 2 talent centers at the moment. 31 village versus one is 32, but he does have 5 bank, which is very good. This player does have, of course, 1 factory, which is equivalent to 2 banks. Oh, now he's going for mass reduction. Now he's going for the heavy cannon. Heavy cannon will be very effective versus opponent's skirmishers. Won't be super effective versus Routier, but it is a very powerful cannon, so Wolf does do some decent damage there. As long as he sticks close to his sharpshooters and state militia, those heavy cannons should be fine from the Routier, or relatively fine. It'll hurt to dive in on them. Now, he's going for a little bombard from the goat on the moon. Can't say how effective little bombard is off the top of my head. It's one of those rare units you rarely ever see. Got almost fattened yak here. Got a line of walls here. It doesn't completely wall himself off though. More state militia. He's not bringing Sunni's Red Sea trade. That's an upgrade. Let's see if that's that right there. Let's see. Can't select. Let's see. Delivers 1 Red Sea wagon, constructs most buildings. Ships 1 additional Red Sea wagon for every 5 minutes passed. So he just got 4 Red Sea wagons. I think. Or maybe just 2. We are going to be deploying out some more frontier outposts. Of course, let's get him some state militia along with it. How expensive is that upgrade? This improvement may be researched 2 times, hasn't been researched once. That's actually really expensive. That says almost 2,000 resources for 2 frontier wagons. There had been some other things deployed out by them. I said it was ship 4. Unless maybe second time is a bit more effective. Though every single frontier outpost does give him 2 population. Here's a little bombard, does 400 damage with good AoE. Little bombard, I should say, not little. And only does have a minus 25% damage with his cavalry, so it does 300 damage with his cavalry, so it will one-shot Routier. So I don't think it's weak against Routier. Additionally, has a good amount of units here to escort the little bombard. Skirmisher versus skirmisher. Routier not advancing forward. Heavy cannons make his advance as well. Both good items here. Heavy cannons are like 300 damage, or was like 320 if I remember correctly. It does 200, so it's off, but it does do ×3 versus infantry, and that has no negative damage versus cavalry. So it too will one-shot Routier, so heavy cannons are a decent item versus Routier. Not perfect, but not bad either. Little bombard has a range of 28, which I believe matches the range of heavy cannons and falconets. It doesn't do any bonus damage versus structures, the little bombard, while this does ×2, so they do equal damage versus structures. Carbine cavalry does get a good shot there on some of the falconets. Routier's advancing on forward. Carbine cavalry advancing. Little bombard finds a shot there. Taking out some of these not skirmishers, sharpshooters. And yep, little bombard will one-shot falconets. 400 damage is greater than 200 health.
Ready to fire.
In actuality, heavy cannons one-shot falconets as well. No, it does less damage versus artillery. Never mind. Does get some good value in the little bombard. Little bombard does go down. Falconets will be taking out the heavy cannon next. Routier really trying to get the heavy cannon. Got another heavy cannon pulled out here. Both heavy cannons are still alive. Ooh, heavy cannons are also incredibly effective versus skirmishers. That's one reason I'm also biased towards heavy cannon. One heavy cannon does both. One falcon that does go down. Got a shipment of heavy cannon there. So it's heavy cannon versus heavy cannon. Both sides are losing everything, so it's equal here to victory for whoever wins. It could still almost go either way. He also has a heavy cannon live and not a lot left.
Ready to fire.
Probably a good idea with the heavy cannon just to run. It has a speed of 3.5, skirmish has a speed of 4, so it will be pursued. Range resist is 75%, and yeah, he won't be able to kill it off. And the cannon is really trying to go off to the side. It really wants to go that way.
Yes.
And I got a pair of culverins of one field to counter barrage the heavy cannon.
I'm ready.
Another factory being pulled out by the US player. And has a decent amount of resources at the moment. Yak, I think that was one that was discovered, and when we killed off this, he can quickly clean that up for a massive amount of food. Guard sharpshooters. Oh wait, is the Dutch player or is the US player going for the factory? I guess both of them. This is the Dutch's first factory wagon. While the US player just pulled out a second. Looks like one of the players got gaslighting to gaslight their opponent. And we'll see more heavy cannon. He has gone for mass production, but he's eyeing for steam powered now. Which I can't remember which upgrade that's for. That may be meant for coin. We got a good number of heavy cannon deployed on the field.
Orders?
Another fortified outpost going on up, which will give him Paris State Militia. More sharpshooters. Sharpshooter heavy cannons pull a good combination. This has to be careful with the culverins. Skirmishers, if I compare the skirmishers to the sharpshooters, skirmishers do 18 damage, 20 range, 3 attack speed, 144 health, versus the guard sharpshooters, 143 health, so that's similar enough. 22 damage, 23 range, 3 attack, so sharpshooters, it looks like a little bit better. They're currently costing 115. Skirmishers do cost 105, so sharpshooters are more expensive, but of course are a little bit better. Looks down that hole, we got 2 fort wagons supplied by the Dutch. I'm not sure where you got the second fort from, because I only see the 1 fort wagon there. Maybe it was from a native? Oh, we don't have access to the native, so I'm not sure we got a second fort.
Yeah.
US players at high populations now going for the Wild West. US players at 50 villagers, nothing more at the moment. Now it's going for the Polska's Legion. Drip some Ulans. Well, that would have been a great spot, the culverins. Yeah, it is a good spot for culverins. Does pick off on the heavy cannon. Heavy cannon's trying to push their way forward, but getting locked up right there. Carbon cavalry does get a bit of damage there. Of course, while they do bonus damage with siege weapons ×2, siege weapons also have 75 range resist, so the carbon cavalries will do less than their full damage versus the culverins. Now got a big round of guard Ulans up on the field. They're at 60 damage at the moment. Root here will get a good volley onto them. They do have only 300 health as Bolt. Trying to push on forward as well. Heavy cannons taking out this fort. Guard Ulan trying to make their way forward. Carbine Cavalry and Skirmishers engaging the root here. Skirmishers here in good numbers, but of course Red is corralled in space, not pushing forward. It's some good damage there. Guard Ulans are now trying to connect. I think break through the root here. They can rip apart the various back line. They're starting to go to the back line, but there's not a whole lot of them remaining. We've got a pair of heavy cannons here who should be attacking these. There's a guard cannon, there's heavy cannon and a falcon out here, but they need to start attacking the infantry. Starting to get some good hits there. And Yellow's force them back. We now have another factory wagon upload on out, which may have been routed to the fort, not the town center, which may have been an oversight. Factory wagon going on up, so now he can start getting out. Let's see, what's he going for? He's going for his own heavy cannon. Dutch, of course, pretty far from max population. US player's been called quite a bit. Going for some natives, very good. And he also comes with Sinar horsemen. These guys are incredibly heavy. They're like 1,000 health each. Let's see this map. I just realized something. Coin is starting to become or being depleted on the map, so both players need to start eyeing for their secondary economies. All those villagers do take a nice volley there from the heavy cannons. Of course, heavy cannons are pretty good versus villagers. The Dutch right now.
Hello?
Okay, he is at top cap of his villagers, barring the ones that he has in the queue. He actually does not have them deployed on the field just yet. While the US player, AZ, don't think is top capped of villagers at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, very far from it. With the more reliance on banks, the Dutch can field larger armies in the late games. Which may be one reason why the US player is not eyeing for a mass number of villagers right now, just so he can fight his opponent with similar numbers. Of course, it doesn't mean his economy's down. Sinar horsemen up on field, they do of course have 1,000 health. And they also have good, decent range resist and siege resist. It would take a lot of group here to take them out. Both sides got a good number of heavy cannon, but also got a good number of culverins for the Dutch. Aachen Nobles are a musketeer variant, but they're not upgraded at the moment, so they're really low quality at the moment. Great quality on the heavy cannons. Red's heavy cannons go down, yellows are still plenty healthy. Culverins trying the Sinar horsemen. Sinar horsemen go down to the group here. Skirmishers advance forward. Aachen Nobles are of course a musketeer variant, so they can fight decently against the Hussars, but of course they don't have any upgrades, so they're relatively low quality. Yellow's Hussars advance forward, does get gunned down there. And Red's sharpshooters are being nailed. Trying to push towards heavy cannon to engage the culverins. He's good hits around the back line. Culverins taking some hits. One culverin does go down there. 3 of the heavy cannons remain. Red's army is starting to disintegrate. 1 culverin remains. Red was not properly tasking his culverins to engage the heavy cannon. That was probably his big problem. Now the heavy cannons are pushing forward with Yellow. His force is relatively small, could be killed off by reinforcements. Yellow is streaming reinforcements now, including nothing much. No trade posts on the field. Dutch is eyeing for more here. Going for some mills. The farming technology from mills. The US players eyeing for more Hussars and more sharpshooters. Bring a shipment for regulars. He still have access to. Nope, he does not have access to Delaware Blues. Good eye for the California Gold Rush, honestly. He's not doing any more of those at the moment. Going for that could give him a good streak of villagers, so he doesn't take time to spend his resources on villagers.
What are my targets?
Got 5 heavy cannons now from the US player. He has a small escort force. There's a decent amount of routier here. Those heavy cannons will be able to take out the routier one shot. Nope, they don't. They got some upgrades in the battle buff. Of course, they can still receive quite a bit of AoE effect. Red's heavy cannon could take out this one heavy cannon there. Nope, does take out another sharpshooter there. Hussars advancing on forward. More regulars from the point of view. Red's force is very stacked up, very vulnerable to the 4 heavy cannons remaining. There goes a good line of skirmishers there. Sharpshooters, of course, a good Kyle. Turn 2, the routier. Let's get a good number of them down there. He's starting to disintegrate. More heavy cannons from the point of view. He needs to take up those heavy cannons. Red's heavy cannons are taking lots of fire. Another heavy cannon goes down. I think Red's going for more root here. He may need to get another stable in the field. He does have another stable, just not probably queuing up his units. So it looks like he has 3 stables on the field. It's best to spam left click, then hold the shift click on stables, so you can just get them going. Of course, so forth here, getting a bit of shift damage now. Truckers advancing on forward. He has some mills. He's starting to collect these berries as well. Berries do collect them faster than farms. Yellow right now has 4 heavy cannons. Additional heavy cannon deployed up by Red. And Red's heavy cannon got annihilated. Yellow's heavy cannons are not doing too well either. He's hitting the arsenal, not the factory. Or that's artillery foundry, not an arsenal. Either way, not the factory. Sharpshooters will be going down. Artillery foundry does go down, so it will stop the production of culverins. The 4 camp culverins, only falconets. Now got a round of veteran Hussars now coming for a flank, which will be effective as heavy cannons and sharpshooters. He should have gone for Hussars earlier. At least more of them, at least. Red still has both factories up and going and has the saloon still up and going as well. Church as well. He has gotten a church research, whatever that provided him. 10 all horsemen falling back, as well as these rest of these forces. Yellow needs time to regroup. Red isn't doing all too well. Red has actually quite a bit of resource on the field, so going for more food-based units could be useful. And I can feel my voice starting to go out. From the last replay for tonight. Yellow's going for more Hussars, very good. Routiers will still be useful versus Hussars. He has a handful of Routiers now on the field. US players eyeing for some more villagers. And I was bringing a shipment something else. Trying to see what cards he should go for. Buffalo soldiers could be a bit more useful as his opponents start pulling out more Hussars. So that could be useful. Sorry, I hit my microphone again. He could go for cheaper forts. He could try proxy forts. His opponent only has a limited number of heavy cannons and a couple forts, especially if we get upgrades for them, can be very resilient. The US player has too much food at the moment. He has a lot of the plantations going. So I'm not sure where all of his food is coming in. He has a massive food income. He must have a lot of people still gathering local fauna. Pushing forward with Hussars and Centaur horsemen. A couple heavy cannons in the background. Some Alcoots deployed on hand as well as some regulars. Yellow's heavy cannons trying to focus down Red's heavy cannons. One of Red's heavy cannons do go down. Yellow simply lacks a front line. Got a massive attack there. One of Red's have both of Yellow's heavy cannons to go down. Red has 3 out in the field now. Yellow does have a decent amount of fortifications here. He could trade them for some time. Couple undo barracks.
Hello. Orders?
He's trying to deny the wood deposits. This one has claimed most of the wood in his walls. This player, he needs to spend that food. On what? Something. I see state militia do cost wood as well. Their regulars are a bit more of a skirmisher cost. They're not like other musketeers. He has been doing some Akin research. Let's see. Opportunities from Moscow reduce the cost of farm sustaining rice paddies. The US players are not employed out, so I can't read any of that research there. Let's see. All food converted to 2% wood and coin. That could be useful. Akin palm oil if the US player has not already gotten that. Yeah, he could go for that. He has a lot of food at the moment. By clicking on this button, he could see he can convert. He can get 1,000 wood and 1,000 coin, and he has a good food income. I would hit that button right now. This seems a pretty good button, but of course, it's something that can easily be overlooked. Prospector wagon could be useful. That can give you out a coin deposit of some sort. Probably copper, so 2,000 coin. Not a whole lot, but useful. Yep. Ooh, that was a good volley there of the heavy cannons. Red's not pushing forward a massive army. Now Yellow's on attack. He does have a lot of improved outposts. No forts in the field. Now going for the United States Army, which probably would have been helpful a long time ago.
Yes. What is your...
But only affects heavy infantry, minutemen, and the general, so and he isn't really being deployed out heavy infantry, so it's regulars. More veteran Hussars push way forward. Asian Hussars got a good number of routier here. US player still only has one factory wagon in production for heavy cannon, the other one's just on coin. Hussars push way forward, trying to overrun these heavy cannons. Hussars facing down south, which is also going to try to overrun the heavy cannon. Routiers still here in good numbers. Regulars push way forward. All the heavy cannon did go down. Nope, there's still 1 or 2 remaining. Regulars just pushing way forward. Heavy cannon over here getting some good damage, being protected by the outposts or blockhouses. Mix of both. Heavy cannon firing away against good hits on the routier. They're all pretty wounded, so it should be 1 shot at each. Heavy cannon trying to push forward into his opponent's heavy cannon. Got additional heavy cannon pushing the field. And Yellow's back to the game. And I think what he failed to do was actually gain that 1 research I mentioned beforehand. If he would have gone for the extract, the palm oil extract, that would have prevented his fix his balance of his economy almost instantaneously. Either way, this is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I mentioned beforehand, that's going to be my last replay tonight, because my voice is starting to go out. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.